Recording has started. Recording has started.
Okay, I know. Was I supposed to talk first?
Yeah, because I also talked.
Fuck, I can't think of what to say now. This is where the intro goes, and I don't know what to say. Aubrey.
This is the second episode of my favorite pastime. Mason. Welcome to the second half of our podcast.
Yeah, we are back with another mini-sode on Japanese game shows. And this time we're coming at you with Slippery Stairs.
Oh yeah. Aubrey was so moved by the sporting event of the last episode that we had to find her a new competition. This time, though, instead of disc golf or frisbee, which I thought was Japan's most favorite sport, but no, actually, Japan's most favorite sport is what Aubrey's talking about today, which is the slippery stair.
It's a feat of intelligence and agility. Clearly it takes both. You can't just, dumbass your way up that thing. Essentially, we get a couple people and we put them in all different color, skin-tight, latex-ass looking suits with some elbow pads, knee pads, and helmets for safety. And then they douse themselves in what I can only assume is lube. I have yet to find a clear source on what this substance is. Lube is my guess. Someone threw out cooking oil online. Someone else said propylene glycol. I also thought glycerin could also be an option.
All of those sound terrible to be coated in, to be completely honest with you.
I don't know. I kind of want to know that I have this weird gnawing feeling that I must feel the sensation of being fully doused head to toe in fucking lubricant or glycerin or cooking oil.
Maybe lube, but the other things I don't know. You know what I do though? You know what I do know? I have that same exact feeling, but it's like I want to jump into literally not even like a leaf pile's worth of chips. I want to jump into a swimming pool of chips and see how hard it crunches down underneath me. I want to see how deep I would sink in the crunch, or how much they would support me. I want to be supported by chips.
Chips? I mean, I guess I have this thing about I want to swim in Jell-O, really bad. That, ever since they did it in the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs movie, I've felt this pain that I can't do it.
I felt a lot of pain about the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs book as a kid. There's a lot of imagery in that about the edible things and the foods and whatnot in that honestly were even tastier and really, really made me upset as a child. Honestly, I kind of hated that
What?
book.
Really? I loved it. See, I also loved A Case of the Stripes. But okay, wait, we're getting way off base.
You're okay. You're right. It's the miniseries. Hi, hello. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing the thing. Hi, Slippery Stairs.
This is true. Slippery Stairs was just as enamoring to me as the disc golfing with pizza, because I just felt like I was like, wow, okay, let's say I could have put money on one of these guys, and whoever makes it to the top, that might fuck me over. So I decided to pick one, and that was gonna be the one that I had hypothetically bet money on, and golly gee, this would be so fun. I wish this could replace horse racing, and that would solve that problem.
It was probably the most torturous game of horse race I think I've ever seen. To put money on something that you
watch your guy go to the top and miss 6 times only for some other fucker to get it in the end.
Some other fucker, excuse me.
But you said we could say whatever we wanted.
Yeah, not here. Wait, no, it's past the minute mark. We're good. But yeah, honestly,
Not here.
could you imagine actually putting money on this though? You like
Oh, absolutely. Like, this would be so fun, like, to watch.
I would have like 3 heart attacks.
Or participate in. I would love to participate. Honestly, I think it looks like it's fun to try.
Aubrey, would you want to be the plant?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we watched a couple different clips, but a lot of the clips have men in them. But we did find one where it was like a female version and they were all female contestants. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick Pink. She looks so nimble. And every time she would get about halfway or maybe even all the way up, she would proceed to fall, turn around, and as she's falling down the stairs, slide with her legs wide open. Obviously they're wearing the latex like suits with skirts, so like you can't see anything.
Color
but
body
it just
suits.
felt like very on purpose fan service moment. But I'll say, get that coin, sis. If you're a plant, get that coin. And she did actually pants the winner of their skirt at the end, that was great.
Yeah, no,
Again, just the latex skirt was lost. Still had a full latex bodysuit on.
Yeah, honestly, the skirts kind of disappeared after the loop got poured on all of them. This sounds way more risque than we're making it sound.
Absolutely.
This show honestly was not very sexy at all. It's not a very flattering pose having to crawl up
everyone has to
steps.
Yeah, everyone has to like crawl up the stairs on all fours, hunched over like Quasimodo trying to get to the bells on a rainy day.
Like like they're making that noise.
And just as soon as anyone falls, it's like immediately everyone bam loses it.
Oh yeah, like you have.
It's a good strategy. If you're gonna fall, take everybody else behind you out. Like,
but God,
spread them legs, sis.
It is grueling.
Yeah, we did see a couple interesting jump maneuvers that worked out.
Oh yes.
And that was really satisfying.
To
watch.
When the top man was coming down, at one point the blue contestants in the male squad, he did a full blown hop over the red guy to stay afloat. But then I think he ended up just falling down with the rest of them anyway, which is funny. At least he looked cool.
Yeah, I agree.
There was also one where Red jumped whenever 2 people were sliding right at his face at the bottom. And I don't even think it would have saved him any time to jump. I just think it saved the fuck out of his shins.
Oh yeah. That was really just self-preservation, being like, I don't want to fucking wear any cast, man. I'm really not trying to be fucked up from this, homie. I was just trying to have a good time, win a little yen.
Yeah, did you ever figure out how much they were winning?
No, I cannot figure out what they're winning. Obviously, they're winning money because they get money. Like that's the thing in the top is like a envelope, and then they flash this like bank logo. But I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how much.
Maybe they just don't advertise.
I have noticed it's obviously like less than what we're used to in America, but you know,
America, once again, we are realizing is its own breed when it comes to this.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm starting to feel like the prize is honestly not even that stated in a lot of these shows, and that they're more so created for the sake of entertaining, and then they just pay everybody at the end, no matter who wins.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't hate that either, considering what comes out of it. Like Slippery Staircase. It's not that bad. It's kind of nice that they fucking competed out their damn asses and threw each other off the damn top so many times.
Oh yeah,
for this unknown
envelope. Yeah. Also, the faucets of again, what we can only assume is lube pouring out of the top. Like, not only are they doused in lube, the stairs themselves are doused in lube that I assume is just kind of pooling slowly down the stairs.
Yeah, that's awful. And
Yeah.
there's like a slope. There's there's a stop point in the middle, but there's also a slope right before it. So it only offers a moment's reprieve.
Right. It's like there's one part that's flat, but the first part you have to get over to get to that is like
you gotta do like a roll or jump maneuver.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Slippery Staircase, like man, if I could actually find somewhere that this was streaming or just like to watch anything other than the one episode that's online, that would be super cool. And I totally would, but sadly I don't got those resources right now.
And like, not to mention, I'm surprised this isn't something we've tried to do in America, because like you would think that would be, you think that would be something they would try to do, because like people would definitely do this shit for money.
Are you really saying this right now because you wish it was it was in America and you could do it?
No,
Yeah.
No.
Is that the case?
No, okay, here's the thing. We took Silent Library. We have taken other Japanese game show ideas in the past.
Including
in fact,
mine
while we were researching, we came across an American reality show where they took Americans to Japan to compete in like a Japanese style game show. So that was literally just them ripping off the Japanese pop culture.
But it's parody.
Obviously that's,
Yeah.
It's just like, what? Americans in Japan? That's crazy. That's a new idea.
Not
on that note, maybe we shouldn't bring Slippery Stairs here. We've taken enough from them.
Not everybody can be as original as Van Gogh. Van Gogh? Anyway.
Not everyone can be as crazy either.
Usually, fair. Maybe those things coincide. You ever consider that, Aubrey?
Oh, that is actually scientifically, they think that's kind of true.
Huh.
Wow, who'd have thought we'd been learning about science?
Yeah, gross. Let's get the fuck out of here. Ad break time.
So, I talked to you guys about my love of Degrassi last episode and about how it covers so many awesome, cool, super deep topics.
Oh yeah.
And recently I've been watching a couple seasons where a really big topic is death and grief. And I found that really interesting. The character J.T. York, short for James Tiberius York, is a really lovable character that's there from season 1 of Degrassi, The Next Generation, and then he dies in season 6. He is stabbed by a member of a rival school, and he dies, and that really affects his friends, especially his ex-girlfriend Liberty, who they had a child together, but she gave the child up for adoption. Before he died, he also told his friend, "Hey, I love Liberty and I want to be with her," and he didn't get to tell her that before he died. So now his friend has to deal with, do I tell Liberty about these feelings or do I not?
Fuck.
And that's like a whole ugh, especially when it's then when they're grieving, they're like, do we get together?
Oh man.
Yeah. And we see the grief process by everybody differently. But eventually, throughout later in the season, the rival school burns down, and all of those students eventually have to come to Degrassi, and so a lot of the students have to deal with their resentment over blaming the other students for someone else's death. And I think it's really interesting to see how they piece it together in a more wholesome way, specifically in some moments in the first two episodes in season 7 where Toby is posting a podcast like directly saying to like bully the Lakehurst students, and then immediately the next following day being like, "Oh my God, no, we need to like welcome them with open arms.
Hmm.
Like I'm a piece of shit." And the nice thing is, like, JT is mentioned several times throughout the next few seasons. And I believe looking at this, he gets to live on kind of through the series because he has his own memorial placed in the school. And it's an area that a lot of scenes take place in throughout, like, the next seasons.
Oh, okay. So in a way, he never truly dies.
Yeah. I get the JT York Memorial Garden, and a lot of amazing stuff happens in there.
Aubrey, can I ask my one allotted Degrassi question for this time?
Hmm.
Where do you get stabbed?
That is a great question. He was stabbed from behind, like the guy just like runs at him. And JT's like turned around. He doesn't even know that he's gonna do it. He stabs him in the back, but it hits his aorta.
Ah, that must be important.
Yep. The doctor says that JT's aorta was punctured and it's a main artery, so they can't repair the damage, and he didn't make it.
Fuck, that's pretty metal.
Yeah, and previously in the season before this, Drake was shot.
Is water delicious because of the way that it tastes, or is water delicious because our body just gets so happy to see it?
I think it's water's really only delicious when you're really thirsty, or unless it's just like really good water. Like if it's Fiji, Evian, or Mountain Valley Spring, it's because it's good water.
What makes
If
those
it's the
waters
tap, it's
good?
because you're thirsty.
What makes those waters good, though?
I think it's just like the level of pH and the the minerals found in the water. If it's, hard or soft, what the level of that is.
Huh. Well, you want to know some water that's really not good that you would not find delicious?
What?
The water that exists inside of my topic today, brain wall. Um,
Ooh, yeah,
Otherwise
no.
known as human Tetris. Brain Wall is a delightful show that was so delightful in Japan that every other country remade it into their own, including us. I don't actually remember what the American version of it is called, but we're not talking about that one, so get fucked. Anyway, in Brain Wall, 1 to 2 to 5 contestants all stand out on a line that they have to stay on in wearing these chrome future ass looking bodysuits, knee pads, and helmets specifically. They have to be wearing that as part of the rules. I looked it up. They have to stand on this line and wait for a giant wall of styrofoam to start flying out at them from behind a curtain in a specific shape. And by that shape, there's a shape inside of the wall that is hollowed out for the contestant to make their way into. But the holes in the walls are not very nice. I remember it being a lot easier whenever I watched this as a kid, but I think it's maybe just that the American version of the show was actually meant to be one. The original version of the show was not meant to be one, I don't believe. There is a scoring system. What is exhibited in this show is just despair and the outright hubris of man.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention, like, here's the thing for me. Not only is it clearly rigged, which frustrated me after feeling like Japan did a better job at it not being rigged,
Yeah.
but also, if you don't make it in these ridiculous holes that obviously no one can effing fit in, you get pushed into this pool behind you of what I can only assume is piss.
Yeah,
Because it's yellow and it's got foam.
It's very piss looking, I will agree.
Yeah, but apparently somewhere I read that maybe it's ice water, but then here's the thing. When they fall into the pool of, let's assume it's piss, then they scramble to get out of it and jump in this tank of water, like what you can tell is clean water, and it's very confusing.
Yeah, that
And then they like go to them, like, you know how like after the game they go up to the players, then they go up to them and ask them about it. Like and it's like I'm confused. Is this like substance they fall into bad? Does it hurt? Is it acid?
is it
Is it,
bone hurting juice?
yeah, like is it something they're allergic to?
I don't know.
Something that everyone in the cast is allergic to is added to a giant pot
Oh
and
fuck
then they
yeah.
dilute it.
You know, apparently the show had been going on for quite some time. Couldn't figure much out about that sort of stuff. Very hard to find this information online. Good thing we're not researched. That's not what you come here for. Come on.
Yeah, we know you don't come here for spot on information. And if you do, well, now you won't.
Different game show. What was I saying? Anyway, this is a show that's been going on for a while. And weirdly enough, that weird pool has been added, so maybe over time, to raise the stakes, they must have like made the water dangerous. I don't know, because in the old show they didn't scramble out. In fact, like they really just like shoved about as many people as they could into that vat of water in the first episode, like the older episode we watched. Like the cameramen were getting thrown in, like announcers were getting thrown in, like really nobody is safe in that show. It's pretty crazy.
This is true.
It is a very no holds barred show, but for just considering the fact that it is very intentionally rigged to make everybody fall in all the time, basically. I mean, I guess it makes sense going along with this idea that it's entertainment once again. And really, I like there are points and there are teams, but I'm pretty sure everyone's probably just getting paid the amount of money that you get paid in Japan for appearing on television.
Yeah.
But it was funny. I like the guy with the big fake glasses without rims. He was really hanging dong.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned this during when we were watching it, but that's how I like knew it was the same guy in the old episodes and the new episodes, because the like the guy
Oh.
with the big rimmed glasses, you could just fucking see in his chroma jumpsuit that like there was a G-dang bulge there. There was quite the bulge,
I
and
think he was
multiple
stuffing.
shots. It maybe could be, but in the older episode too, from like many 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 years prior, it was still there. Dong was still present. So, you know,
Here's my problem though.
uh huh.
If you're gonna present Dong in your outfit like that, like say the pit crew on Drag Race do, like they come out in their little teeny tiny little G-string numbers, um, at least make it look real, like, 'cause I feel like the cup just doesn't look real. Like nah, you can tell the difference. You know what a dong look like.
You really think it was fake?
You know what the outline be.
Is this what we're
All
really
right.
boiling down my section of the show to?
I
Is trying to
yeah, I
talk
hate
about?
that we're having an argument about this, but yes, absolutely. There's been too many instances in my life where I've been like, "Oh, that man is wearing sweatpants," and that is a lot that I can see there, sir. Um, sorry if
Yeah.
this is too much for some people.
Ah.
But yeah, so like I feel like there's for me personally when I see it, I'm like, "Ugh, but I know that's fake. It just doesn't tease me like I think you want it to, you know?"
Yeah. No, that actually does remind me of a comedian that one time.
Anyways, there's my unsolicited advice on stuffing your crotch.
Don't do it. I guess is that your advice?
Yeah, as someone that once stuffed my bra, all I can say is don't do it.
Not on. Yeah.
Obviously, eventually people will know.
Man,
Um,
I didn't.
and honestly, that's the lesson for the day.
Yeah, no, honestly, the only other notes I've really gotten written about this show are it sucks for everyone.
Yeah, there were
Everyone.
several times they didn't even let them like attempt at solving the puzzle. They
Oh,
just slammed that wall down there and shot everybody into the pool for
oh
shits
yeah,
and giggles.
sometimes that motherfucking wall would fucking open up. He'd be like, "Weep," and then it go, "Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da," and that motherfucker would sail at them at 30 miles an hour, and it was like the hole the size of like a pencil. Like,
Damn.
it's a specific. You really just see people fall, like just see the light fall out of their eyes as they quickly just but the thing is that what I did love about the show is that they would always try, even if it was obviously impossible. They always tried
Always.
without fail. And I gotta respect that tenacity.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Being
do.
beaten down so many times over the years. I mean, they must be numb to the piss pool at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
That's why they had to crank it
Gotta
up to
be.
these allergic acidity pools.
Yeah,
Um,
I would say so.
what the fuck are we talking about?
God, I don't know. I
Can
guess let's
I?
go find something else to watch.
Yeah. I. Let's do one with words this time.
Yeah, that would probably help.
Okay. Okay, I'll go.